All right, ladies and gentlemen, this time for game number 2, I'm going to actually have my mic unmuted in Open Broadcaster. So I am Have No Pity here with LPNF. We are here to cast game number 2 of RNGG versus Sorry Whitney. This is a PST Sunday RD2L Season 1 matchup. This is week number 1.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to note that I am not losing my mind. I sound like that last game because Have No Pity was muted. So
I just like to mix things up once in a while.
I like the Lich ban. If RNGG was going to try to run the same kind of strat as last game, Lich is very important to getting the off dual lane to work. And now they'll have to figure out some other way to do that.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Although,
I think...
for all I know, they could have other tricks up their sleeve. And at this point, I have to assume they do.
They could. I mean, I think there's 2 ways that people end up drafting. I say 2 a lot of options. But I think there are 2 ways that people in RD2L end up drafting. There are some teams that practice a single strategy and just pound on it. Like, they're like, we are going to do the offensive tri-lane, and we're going to do it well. There was one team last season that said, we're going to do the team fight, we're going to do well. Or teams can just kind of pick heroes to win lanes. We'll see what happens here.
Well, see, Sorry Whitney banned the Pugna again.
Yeah, maybe they really hate the Nether Ward.
And he would kind of generally fit into the strat that RNGG was running last time, maybe instead of the Doom or something. Be a little bit different because he wouldn't be as tanky. Just have some kind of mid-game goal. And they're just going to open up the CM instead. So at this point, they could be doing anything.
Yeah, I think this is fine. I think this is a good pickup. Obviously, great. Probably I bet one of the most picked supports in this current patch. Whoa. Chains everywhere.
I'm going to have to assume they really didn't want RNGG to get the Timbersaw, because otherwise I don't understand picking both of these guys. Although, you can run one off lane and one mid, depending on matchups. The problem is, like, they don't really have different matchups from each other. If something's good against Timbersaw, it's going to be good against Clockwork.
Yeah, I don't know of any time I've seen a team pick up both of these heroes.
One thing it will do is it will prevent tower sieges. Because you can use Chakram to blast down creeps, and then you can't be standing one area for too long, or Clock will find somebody to hook.
Yeah. And I think RNGG is also a bit confused, trying to figure out what these lanes are going to look like. You have to assume Timbersaw has to be the mid player here. I don't know what else he could do.
You can mid the Clock.
They could dual lane. Both of these.
Do something like do a Clockwork and an off lane support kind of thing. But they're just going to go with the OD again. So RNGG, I think those were also the first 2 picks from last game. No, they had Lich OD.
Yeah, but I mean, again, you got Frosty and overpowered mid hero. So
5 seconds remaining.
The themes are the same, yes.
Yes.
Reserve time.
They're going to ban out the Visage again, so this is kind of saying to me that they're going to look at another one of these kind of dual lanes. Because Visage is one of the things you would want in a 3v2 matchup. He's amazing in that because the damage count is so high, his nuke is going to be topped off constantly.
Yeah. I guess if I was RNGG, I'd say, well, I guess I just ban the really good supports. Weaver, I don't agree with this ban. I don't know if they pick a Weaver. That's almost good for RNGG because where do they lane it? Like
safe lane.
Yeah, but that's better than a lot of other safe lane. I don't know.
10 seconds.
But hey, they won last game. They know what they're doing. Maybe they just don't want to play against it. Another one of those.
All right, yeah, it's going to ban out the Bristleback and the Doom. So if RNGG wants to have a similar strategy, they're going to have to find new heroes to do it with. Although, really, any kind of tanky mid-game hero could work. Too bad they banned out the Elder Titan themselves. Centaur, that could be interesting. Lifestealer, not a bad call. Although now that the other team has Bane, maybe not. And Clockwork, actually.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to be interesting to see what Sorry Whitney decides to do with this. And RNGG, it looks like they're trying to do a very similar type thing. Crystal Maiden is, kind of a protection laner type hero that, great in a tri lane, but...
they could fall back into a standard defensive tri lane and pick up like a Prophet or a Bounty Hunter as an offlaner.
They could do that. They could pick up a Clink soft laner for that mid-game damage.
Again, Klink's offlane is good. And so gyro. So
Radiant team pick.
yeah, I think they're going to go the defensive tri-lane to protect the gyro, or an offensive tri-lane with the gyro, but it's not going to be dual lanes again.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Mirana.
We see the Mirana
Sorry,
pick up.
Dire team pick.
Yeah, they really want to make them run at work.
Yeah, Bane'll do that.
Yeah, it's true. So they have a pretty good setup if we end up in a dual lane again. So they still have the option of picking up a jungler, I think.
Yeah, this is unorthodox, but it could still work. They could go the Enigma again. I don't think they will. I feel like they're going to go
10 seconds remaining.
another support, I think. And there's going to be your
Radiant
classic
team
offlaner.
ban.
Yeah, so it's just going to be tri-lane with that offlaner, or they could do Crystal Main, Gyro, dual lane, and a jungler. They could pick up like a Chen or something.
Bounty Hunter is actually a dangerous offlaner to take against the Bane Mirana because he's so squishy, and
10
if you
seconds
get a sleep
remaining.
on him, he's dead. So if
That's true. So
you just bring the
5
Sentry Wards
seconds
into the off lane, or into your safe lane, and ward, and Bounty Hunter cannot come close.
Reserve time.
well, you can like juke around trees and stuff. Just try to be careful. There aren't that many offlane options left. It was just him and Prophet, and if they're going to want to, or if they already have OD and Gyro, it's kind of hard to fit in the farm necessary for Prophet.
Yeah, that's true.
Meantime, Bounty Hunter solves the problem by providing farm.
Yeah. So the Rubik ban,
Dire team ban.
that would be
Yeah.
a great tri-lane support hero, and the Bane ult is one of, if not the easiest ult in the game to steal. I think Black
Viper
Hole is
ult.
probably the only easier one because the Enigma has to be closer, but
10
Viper ult's
seconds
easier.
remaining.
why?
All he
Oh,
has
'cause
to
he-
do is he only has one active.
no, you can cast the orb,
Radiant
his
team
first one.
I don't think you can steal the orb.
Oh, maybe you can't. The final pickup's going to be
Dire
Windrunner,
team.
who shackles people to trees that Timbersaw cuts down.
So they have a lot of laning options here because they have 4 offlaners and a support. But so I guess they're probably gonna be like carry Mirana, support Wind Ranger, mid Timbersaw, off Clockwork, or we could do something like a Clock Wind Ranger off dual lane.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very interested to see what they decide to do. RNGG's lineup is much more traditional.
10
This
seconds
could actually be a
remaining.
6.78 lineup. And the Abaddon pickup for the safe lane. I like this. They're definitely safe laning now.
Yeah, this is kind of a 3.5 P1.5.
Yeah.
They're just gonna look to be kind of stable through the early game. Maybe take mid game team fights with once Gyro gets his BKB up.
Should be
So
interesting.
you're gonna have to watch out for. There's gonna be a lot of ganking ability coming out of stuff like the Timbersaw and Clockwork. So a big part of it is gonna be if RNGG can win their lanes convincingly
Prepare
again, like
for
they did
battle.
last game.
So if we go through the heroes again, we see a little bit of a mix-up on roles and responsibilities. Rainbow Party is going to be playing the Crystal Maiden. He was on the Bristleback last time. Ross is going to be taking the Bounty Hunter bottom. Mid is going to be the OD, played by Kelly Kapowski again. We see 1-2-2-5 going top is the Abaddon. He was the Crystal Maiden last time. We see Naju Privilege is going to be the defensive trial lane carry in the Gyrocopter. And we see Bobby Brown going into the long lane on the Clockwork. Looks like he's going to be there alone. We see a mid Illusion, or Swillusion, playing the Timbersaw. We see Rhino playing Murata as the carry with Shirtlets
30 seconds
going to protect.
battle.
And
Wasn't
finally,
Rhino the Enigma last game?
I believe he was. And actually, it is going to be dual lanes. We see Wind Ranger going top.
Yeah, it's a nice off dual lane because they're both pretty. Well, they're both offlaners, you know, so they're both pretty escapable. They have some good damage if they manage to catch out a support, so it's not terrible. And it's not. I don't know. I'm not totally sure how it'll play against this defensive tribe because, again, Abaddon is just so defensive.
Yeah.
Got a feeling this is gonna be good.
Oh, so look, Abaddon has a nice little cosmetic sword there.
Oh, this is a nice sword. I must say I was much more pleased with RNGG's cosmetics than with SW's last game.
Well, no, Bounty Hunter just got stuff that you get as normal drops. He has like a bunch of common weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
Boo.
Boo.
No, D has a staff.
Yep. It's a nice staff.
And then Wind Ranger has my favorite hat again.
Oh, man. You got to talk to these people. Get that hat.
I have one.
Oh, you do.
I just don't play Wind Ranger that often.
Uh-oh. We see the tri-lane getting aggressive here. Wind Ranger's going to harass back Rainbow Party, but it's not going to matter.
They kind of need to stand their ground and at least try hitting the Crystal Maiden there. They don't want to get into like a direct fight because the shield is just going to be too much damage prevention.
Yeah.
But if they can get down the Crystal Maiden, that would be a big help. I think they'll also have the possibility to like really strenuously contest pulls.
See a pretty passive top lane right now. It could get active any second. We see Timbersaw winning the last hits battle with 5, although that could just be a difference in creep lanes. I don't think it is, actually. Bottom lane, Bounty Hunter just kind of doing his thing, staying invisible. I don't believe we have... No, we do have wards on Bane, Sentry wards, so they have the ability to go if they need to.
Kind of looks like they're giving the last hits to Windrunner up here, which is interesting.
She can do a lot of damage.
It's also just safer to have her do it instead of the Clockwork. Although, looks like they were imagining Wind Ranger support. She doesn't have a whole lot of items on there. She must have bought the career or something.
Yeah, she's just got the ring. We see the supports coming in. They're thinking about going. They're not going to be able to make anything happen. We see a rotation mid from Clock. He might have just been out of position and having to take that roundabout route.
He was rotating to check the rune, and then the whole tri-lane came in, so he didn't want to back up that way.
Yeah. Bottom, Bounty Hunter just kind of hanging out.
Kind of surprised they don't want to just get one of these sentries down and then go for the kill, or at least try to harass him out. He's getting pretty good levels here. He's level 4. He's higher level than the dual lane heroes.
Yeah, he can start picking up. I just went boots so far, but
Boots.
you know, once he starts getting some damage items, his alpha damage is very good.
Denied.
I'm kind of expecting he'll get like a 4-man shield and then start moving into like a bottle or something, but I don't know. We'll see how he does here.
Meanwhile, top, still not a whole lot happening. Just kind of farming on the gyro. He's got 8 last hits. He's doing pretty well. The Mirana is keeping up bottom, though.
Yeah, one thing to look at here is that both of the dire sports are standing pretty close to the lane, so they're splitting up experience 3 ways and not doing a whole lot.
Oh, we see a sleep bottom. He's going to get the ward down, I assume. He does have the ward down. There's the stun. This is going to be it.
Yeah,
Bounty
there you
Hunter's
go.
going down.
Oh no, he gets the other sentry down and that'll...
Nope, he's going to go up. They don't see him. No
Right.
way. He survives
Just
with
out of
10
range.
hit
Just
points.
out of range.
Oh,
And he eats a
they
tank
saw
and
him. They
comes
saw
out.
him. He doesn't have a brain sap, though. If he comes down too far, he's dead. They can't.
He's
They
fine.
can't get him.
And no problem.
Oh,
Oh.
she hits an arrow.
Oh,
Dyer's
that's too
mid
bad.
tower
If
won't
that had been
last
from
much
further
longer.
back.
Arrow. He kind of... I don't know, I would like to see your maxing arrow here, but...
Oh man, unlucky.
Dyer's
That's too bad.
mid tower
Excellent
needs a
escape.
little
Well,
help.
I mean,
Excellent
Basically.
escape. He just ran to the only option he had and said, "Well, maybe the ward doesn't reach this far."
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you kind of needed that to work. Now they're both pretty low on mana. Bane can only barely afford more sentries if they can do that.
The last hit battle, Timbersaul's winning with 15. Odie's got 8, so he's not doing that well in this lane right now. He's probably been spending a lot of time harassing the Timbersaul, but the problem is reactive armor
Well,
and a
you get
bottle.
level of orb, and the orb goes right through the reactive armor.
Because it's pure damage.
But on the back end of this, he only has 1 level of imprisonment, so he's not able to keep Timbersaul's mana down that well.
We see a rotation for
Dyer
Bane. I
might
assume he's
want
going to go
mine
top,
top
but
tower.
instead he just forces back OD with a brain sap. OD with no mana now, so he can't imprison anyone.
Well, the problem is now in their safe lane, they have a matchup of Mirana versus Bounty Hunter, with Bounty Hunter having a full level advantage. Mirana dropped her stick.
Oh, this is going to be it for OD if he can get a chain. Oh, no, chain's too short. Actually, they might turn it around if they can get some more help in here. No one rotates
Timber
in.
too tanky.
I would like to see a
Bounty
rotation
Hunter's-
for Bounty Hunter there. He could have gotten a kill with a track.
Well, he just got it, I think. But
Ah.
the concern here for Bounty is they want to start him rotating around because it's not really worth keeping down Mirana. I mean, it's not like the hardest carry in the world, and they kind of want to get maybe send him up top to get some track kills on the dual lane.
Oh, this is going to be trouble for non-Jew Privilege playing the gyrocopter. They do get a big rocket barrage out. He's going to be able to take down Clockwork, no problem.
First blood, folks.
Oh, and the Aphotic Shield's going to end that.
First blood. And it's
Windrunner has to run
already
back.
icing over.
Had to happen.
Yeah, well, you can't really go on lanes with Abaddon unless you can really burst it out before he gets there.
Yeah.
That's also the problem with kiting up a gyro. That he doesn't mind if he's stuck in there with you. He has
Yeah.
the most nuke damage like that.
We see Ross thinking about going on
Dives
Timbersol, but
mid-tower.
this is going to be...
Technical difficulties.
Oh, no, he is going to go on him. They get... Sanity's Eclipse, not enough. His intelligence is too high. But Chain doesn't hit. Oh, he's going to get away.
They just need one more auto. I think he's okay.
Misses the Chain again. Oh,
Well,
no.
He should be okay anyway. They know where he is, but they don't have any way to get to him safely.
They have rockets, right?
That's too bad. One thing that happened there, if you look at Bounty Hunter, he has 2 levels in Invis, which is pretty common. But if you had that in probably the nuke or the
Anything
Edgenata,
that did
might have been a
damage.
kill.
Yeah, I mean, that's to be expected, but unfortunate. So still
Yeah.
1-0. We've seen a lot of rotations, but no kills. 1 kill.
Few kills.
And Miranda doesn't pick up her recipe.
Not totally sure what she's doing. Just having some trouble managing inventory, I guess.
Goes out the ult.
Yeah.
She has
Doesn't
track
help.
on her, though, so it's not going to matter. And that's a kill.
Oh, he gets killed by the explosion from Abaddon. And now he's only level 4. He doesn't have his. He doesn't have borrowed time, so Timbersaw.
Oh, Timbersol does so much damage.
Chakram.
Is he going to be able to kill him?
He's gonna go for. No, he dodges the Chakram. He doesn't have enough for any other spells. He's gonna try to auto.
He can
him
chain
now. He
through
has
and
that
maybe kill him.
chain.
There it
Gets
is.
it. And another TP is coming in, but he can just walk out the other way. I don't think Crystal Main's gonna be able to get to him. They have the creep spotting, luckily. But yeah, Bounty Hunter going into the mid tower. They found him, and yeah, they're gonna get him a little bit. If he hadn't taken so long to kill the Abaddon, he might have been able to get out there.
Meanwhile, we see a rotation mid from all 3 heroes. They're going to try to... They
Guess
might be a good
what's
time to
happening
take a
dive
tower,
bottom
honestly.
tower.
Speaking of the top lane, it's solo gyro, but they're not trying to go on him. They're kind of gun shy after getting killed earlier.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower's getting the business.
Rocket Barrage, serious business.
Yeah, I mean, battery assault's similar, but they have like 4 points of barrage, only 2 points of battery assault.
We do see them thinking about going on Gyro now, but he doesn't have hookshot up yet. He's only level 4. And Gyro's going to
Kind
get
of
out.
surprisingly low level, actually.
Wind Ranger's a 6. Oh, we see 4 men coming top for the Dire. Bounty Hunter's going to lead the way.
Stun, so yeah, Wind Ranger just gonna be able to win run out of that unless Crystal Main initiates. Okay, so about almost a whole level left for Clockwork. They really want him to get hookshot.
They did meld OD mid.
Seriously.
Used Fiend's Grip for that.
So a little bit of a lull now. Bottom lane is just kind of
Dire's
farming
mid-tower
time.
won't last much
SW
longer.
knows they
Okay,
need to
interesting.
farm.
Looking at it now, a lot of the last hit totals are not that high in this game because the lanes have been kind of contested. So a
Dire's
lot of guys don't have
mid-tower
that
could
many
use a
hits.
little help.
I mean, like OD only has 18. Mirana has 30 in the safe lane, which is not amazing or anything.
But let's take a look at the gold, though. I mean, who's got the gold advantage? The gold advantage is barely 1,000 for RNGG, and actually SW is taking the experience advantage by 1,000. So even game right now.
They're kind of all doing a good job at keeping each other down.
Yeah.
A lot of these are kind of unusual matchups, I guess. Like, I don't know if I've ever actually played against a Warlock, against a Clockwork Windranger lane. So it's not totally clear what you need to do.
Yeah, that's a little strange. We see the Moonlight's Shadow coming in, but it's not going to do anything. Bane might... 10 seconds until Fiend's Grip, but he didn't see the Bounty Hunter. He's in Viz. Ping's coming out. Blue ping's right on the Bounty Hunter, so they must have seen him go in Viz. Great eye.
Yeah. Good job paying attention there.
Yeah, that's a hard thing to see. Windranger might get hit here. I was thinking about it.
But they have plenty of heroes here. They can't go for it, and they have a sentry down, so if Bounty Hunter gets closer, they can turn around and kill him. Fiend's Grip is back up.
They see him now. He's got to be visible. Big burst. Chakram's got to come out. They know he's here. There's a sentry. Are they going to get shackle? Nothing to shackle to. But the burst is going to be enough. Great job. The CM might go down here as well. Fiend Script on CM, and there's no other stun. Shimmer Chain through, but he's going to get phased out. Still going through. Maybe another shackle. Great shackle catches too. Not able to stop the wild charge. So much burst damage. But in the end, it's going to be 3 dead. Clockwork finally gets there. Arrow hits on nobody, unfortunately.
Tower's hurting.
Clockwork's still 5. He's gonna cog to let everybody get out, but
2 for 2.
Weird engagement.
3 for 3. I don't even know how many people died.
2 for 3, I think. CM, Abbott, and Bounty Hunter.
Very strange engagement. Timbersaw doing a lot of magical damage there, but
Yeah, they were all standing on top of each other at one point and got hit by 3 men got hit by a timber chain.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of damage in that fight. And they did a good job picking off the Bounty Hunter with the semi-blind power shot.
yeah.
It was a satisfying, play where you hit one of those.
Yeah.
They're rotating 2 down here, but this isn't like a real ganking combo.
No.
I guess they can try to dive him with the shell, but that's about it.
She's farming well. Finally has some space. But yellow comes in for backup.
She's already 20 last hits behind the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter's a much later carry, I guess. So
Yeah.
if they wait for her to catch up, Gyro's just going to keep getting ahead.
They're going to rotate in here. They're going to be able to burst down someone. They're not going to be able to get the Bounty Hunter. Oh, the dust gets down, so they will be able to get him. Borrow time triggers. Bounty Hunter is going to get stuck here. Another arrow's coming out. Misses to the right. And they... yes, and dust is cooled down. Oh, but he wants to go in. I don't know about this choice. Now he's got to get out.
Perched by Aphotic Shield, so now he can invis freely, and they can chase down Delusion. In the meantime, Crystal Maid and Gyrocopter got the Clockwork on top. Clockwork still... Well, he finally got 6. And he's working towards Phase Boots.
But they are gonna be able to put a lot of pressure on this tower. Might be able to get it. Does Bane have his ult up? Bane does have Fiend Script, but I don't think he wants to go with Crystal Maiden there to interrupt.
But he's also not going to be able to solo kill the Gyro. Nobody else is there.
Yeah.
Timbersaw is still dead. He's pretty high level 10. He's, See, if you look at Timbersaw, he has Arcane Boots and a Staff of Wizardry, so I wonder if he's going to go for a 4 Staff, 4 Bloodstone.
Technical difficulties.
Oh, we do get the Fiend Script. That's going to interrupt immediately, but the arrow misses. That's unfortunate. They might be able to get the Crystal Maiden here with enough burst damage. Yeah, she's going to go down immediately. The Gyro gets Aphotic Shielded. No tree to grab onto. They're going to have to be careful here. This Bane is very low health. He needs a Brain Sap, and he doesn't have enough mana. Timber Chain's able to get 1 on non-2 privilege. They're able to possibly get up. Triggers the borrowed time. He's going to go down. Great fight. 4 dead on RNGG.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
It's interesting. 'Cause normally you don't want to take extended fights against Abaddon because of the repeated shells and heals, but you also don't want to take extended fights against the Timber Saw because he does so much nuke damage. So I guess we just saw which one ends up being the immovable object there.
Yeah, I mean, he just had barely enough mana. He was sitting on low mana that entire fight.
He's up to
Radiant's mid
1900.
tower could
If
use
he
a
wants to, he
hand.
can make a lot of Bloodstone progress off this, or he can finish his 4 staff, or whatever he's trying to do with the Staff of Wizardry. Might be an Atos. That'd be kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
Although he kind of needs to get some mana regen.
Yeah, I was going to say, he needs to make mana is what he needs to make. Meanwhile, Mirana is just farming away. Farming away.
I mean, she's still very far behind the Gyro in total last hit, so she has a lot of work to do to get back into it.
This Bane is in trouble. I don't know what he's doing out here alone. Like, how did he get here? No. No shirtlets.
I guess he put down that ward by the stairs in the dire jungle and then tried to walk out that way. He got one down at the other stairs also. He put down these 2 aggressive wards and then couldn't get out in time.
Yeah. That's ballsy. They're going to get an initiation possibly? No, they're not going to. Oh, good shackle.
Yeah. But there's not going to be any follow-up, I don't think. They weren't quite ready to go there. If you look at the Outworld Devourer, he's got a Hand of Midas and another Glove of Haste. Oh, he went to Treads, okay.
What do you think? Double hand of Midas?
Yeah, double Midas, man. Twice as much money.
I don't think.
Everybody loves Midas these days.
Oh, he gets the hook on the Crystal Man. Oh, but the Astral Imprisonment is just too fast. She's still going to go down. Oh, he completes a Yule's. That's what he completes.
Interesting. Oh, when he goes down. Nuked by Abaddon.
Radiant got one last top tower.
Bane slightly out of position again. The power shot, no, does not get him on the back end.
Warned you.
We see a BKB about 1,000 gold away for RNGG on the gyrocopter.
Radiant's top tower is taking hits.
You know, on the one hand, that'll be very helpful to prevent all that Timber Saw damage, but they still have Fiend's Grip to go through it and also Cogs and stuff like that. So it won't be like the dominant thing, but well, on the other hand,
Well, Cogs
No,
don't,
it just
don't go
doesn't.
through BKB. Like, you can't push someone with
you
Cogs.
still can't walk out.
Yeah.
You can still restrict their movement. But on the other hand, Sorry Whitney doesn't really have any right-click damage at this point. They have a Yasha on Mirana, so
Denied.
he's not going to do that much damage. They're not going to have any... Oh,
I missed the beginning of that kill, but I saw the end. They got 5 mid, so they're just going to walk down mid. This is a good decision. Let's get some towers, get some map control. They know Mirada's not going to leave the bottom lane, so... Now she's 40 last hits behind the gyrocopter, who is just farming up a storm up here. Oh no, he's not up here anymore, he's mid. But he was farming up a storm.
and Gyro just has a lot more options. You know, he can go in the jungle, nuke down stuff, he can clear stacks. Mirana just can't farm as fast once they both get started.
And since I spoke, he got 1,000 gold to buy his BKB and got another 1,000 gold. Unless he had the recipe in his stash and I missed it last
Radiant's
time.
mid tower's getting banged up.
Shirtless is going to be in trouble here. The bounty
The
might be able to
Dire
just
best
turn around
do
and kill
something
him.
about that bottom tower.
Get a track on him at least. We're going to see nothing happening mid just yet. Both teams kind of afraid to engage into this tower. On OD, we see the Midas still. He hasn't figured out where he's going to go next. I'd like to see a 4-staff on him. I always like a 4-staff on OD. It gives you a nice amount of initiation for your team.
Yeah, I mean, he has a lot of choices. They still need a mech, I think. So that
Ah.
could be a good choice.
Moonlight Shadow, they're going to go in mid here. And they're going to get him. No problem. That's going to be 1 dead. This is going to be 2 dead. The hook hits. And, oh, and they get the 3rd one. They get the power shot. Great power shots. Gyro's on his own here. If they can split up the damage, which they managed to do, Clockwork's Force Staffed out. Great Force Staff. Rocket's going to be on the Bane, but he does get a Brain Sap to keep himself alive. Gyro's going to get out.
Oh, wow.
No, Timbersaw comes in and gets him.
Oh, nice.
Well played by Timbersaw.
They had 2 nukes, barely missed the gyro, and then Timbersaw managed to dive in to get the kill, but that was pretty close. One interesting little note there is that Bane had to Brain Sap and creep, because he would not have lived long enough to wait for the BKB to wear off.
Yeah, it was a great heads-up thinking by him. A lot of times you get, tunnel vision and you think, oh, I need to Brain Sap, but you only think about heroes. But nope. Anything with a brain can be sapped.
Do creeps have brains? I mean, we've already been talking about whether centaurs have souls, so...
I mean, they have a head.
A lot of things have.
Meanwhile, dead bottom lane. I didn't see what happened, but looked unpleasant. We see the OD able to jump in and get some kills. I don't know. It does look like he's going to go 4-staff. Maybe he won't, but I suspect this is going to be a 4-staff with his Staff of
The OD
Wizardry.
has a 4-staff recipe on the bird.
I'm a genius.
So that kind of suggests 4-staff to me. I don't know.
We see the Chaser is chasing the chased, with Ross coming in behind. He wants to. He wants to try. He's got his medallion up, so that's a lot of damage. Instead, he's just going to be a track.
The problem with the medallion on Bounty Hunter is you have to kind of figure out what order you want to do everything in, because using the medallion breaks your invis, but you do want to crit the invis bonus damage. But anyway.
Shirtless going to be in trouble here. We see the TP counter reaction. A great Shackle able to get 2 heroes. I didn't think I was going to get 2 heroes. They've triggered bar time, but the OD's already down. The Bane's going to go down here as well, but that's okay. Clockwork able to cog in 2, and that's going to be 2 dead, soon to be 3 if they can get the Crystal Maiden here. And I think they're going to get her.
Offensive
Radiant's
fuels.
mid tower's getting banged
I don't know.
up.
Uh-oh.
I think Crystal Maiden's going to be okay, but... Oh, she's going for the kill, though.
No, Clockwork.
Radiant's
No fun.
Maybe she shouldn't have. Yeah, she kind of just need to get out there. Her levels are actually pretty respectable.
The Dire best
Should've gone
do
Midas.
something about that bottom tower.
Net worth. Yes, we'll take a look at net worth. Net worth right now, Gyro's leading by quite a bit.
Dire
Oh,
just
excuse me.
couldn't
No, he's
save
not.
that
I'm
bottom
blind.
tower.
Timbersaw is actually able to keep pretty well even in the net worth, even though his last is very low. What is his kill to death? He's got 11 kills in the Timbersaw.
Radiant's top tower.
Yeah,
is in bad
he's
shape.
kind of keeping them in this just by getting the kills. The problem is later this goes, unless they manage to get
Radiant's
Mirana
top
more
tower's
farm,
taking hits.
Gyro's just going to get too far ahead of them. Because right now they have, a certain period where Gyro is just immune to their most farmed hero, the Timbersaw, so... they either need to blow up everybody else and just have all 5 hitting the Gyro, or they can get Mirana a pick.
Honestly, this net worth is closer than I thought it was going to be. I didn't realize, actually, in the... he's now taking the lead in net worth. So... And that's with a Midas on the other team.
If you look right now, Timbersaw has a Perseverance. Do you think he's going to go Winds or Bloodstone?
Bloodstone, I think. He's getting
I think he's gonna
kills.
wait for Bloodstone. Well, he's going to buy something right here. No, he's just... Okay,
Bloodstone.
Yeah, it is a Bloodstone.
It's not late for Bloodstone. It's 24 minutes in. I don't think that's too late.
Wait. Still got quite a bit to go. I guess he actually just needs a Vit Booster. He's only about 500 gold away.
We see Bounty Hunter coming in aggressively. They should get a... I want to see them get a gem on Timbersaw after this. Unfortunately, he's not going to walk over any wards, so they're not going to see him. But they do hear the invis go off, so they know where he went. They ping out on him.
Well, they think he's somewhere, but they don't quite know where.
Timbersaw, meanwhile, is going to go top. He's going to be able to just absolutely melt this Crystal Maiden. This is going to be a very quick kill. A little bit creep blocked, but this is just... Oh. The pain. Oh, I lied. It wasn't as quick as I thought. And meanwhile, they get rotation coming in. Gyrocopter's going to try to come in and make a difference here, but she's going to go down. And if Blue can get here in time, this is going to be interesting. Everyone's rotating, but they're going to get here at different times. The Clock is going to be able to hook in. He's going to be able to cog in the Gyro, who you don't want to cog in.
Clock needs to get out. Yeah.
Oh, the mech's gonna save him.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Oh, well done.
ain't a pretty sight right now.
Timbersaw decides he wants to go on this, which is enterprising to say the least.
Oh, okay, he got the prison there, but he still has a shot at getting the gyro if he can get over there. Gyro's pretty low, and he's already used his BKB and bolt, but now he's just gonna back out. That was too bad for Clockwork got in there with the BKB gyro, who also had like 6 creeps to absorb the battery assault hits.
Yeah.
So it just did not work out for him. He got out fine though. So
We see Bane by himself mid. This is, again, a little risky rotation from him, not going a little safer. The Bounty Hunter's going to come in, probably hit him here, and that's going to be it.
Guess what's happening to Dyer's bottom tower?
alright, kind of a speculative look, but
Meanwhile, hasted OD is not going to go up the hill, so not going to see the Timbersaw waiting up there juicily. Last hits again, massively in favor of the gyrocopter. We're going to go back to net worth again because the kills are really what's keeping Timbersaw in it. Super long arrow hits. This is going to be a dead OD if they're not careful, and he goes down. So SW in the kill lead by 22 to 15. This is what's keeping them in this game right now. Timbersaw is going to go bottom and get this farm. He has finished his Bloodstone with 9 charges on it now.
yeah, it's interesting. You like often see like a Bloodstone into Blink on Timbersaw, and instead this guy's gone Yules into Bloodstone, which seems to be working out pretty well for him. He's kind of using it to hold people in place while he can catch up and set up for, you know, landing his nukes on them and waiting for his cooldowns to come back. So which is it's working out pretty well actually.
Yeah, I think it's gone quite well for their team.
We've also got a lot of non-conventional mech carriers this game. Rainbow Party's Crystal Main right now is going for the mech, which you don't see that often because she has trouble getting enough farm and has like needs. Like she needs to get tankier. Basically, needs some mobility.
Yeah, she
And
has
meantime,
needs,
Clockwork
man.
Getting it also.
That's why you see Midas on Crystal Maiden now. You can jungle with it. Basically, you can get enough jungle farm that you can get a Midas kind of quickly. By kind of, I mean like 13 minutes. We see the rocket hit on Wind Ranger, but it's not going to matter. She's going to be able to back up. 4 bottom right now. Rhino's going to try to hit another arrow here, and it's going to take out a range creep. A nice aggressive ward from Crystal Maiden.
Actually, Abaddon does have a Midas. And he's going in for Necro Book. So a lot of these guys are kind of having supports go back for kind of a semi-carry build. The Wind Ranger is going for an Orchid, which, I mean, on the one hand, they're going to have 2 BKBs up on RNGG, so Orchid's not very effective against that. But I kind of like it anyway, just because it'll give a little bit more right-click, which they need against Gyrocopter.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
And you can use it, for example, to stop Sand Bolts.
Yeah. I think it's a good pickup here. And also, the 2 things that are going to stop your Bane ult are the Imprison and the CM. I actually, no, that's not true. The Bounty Hunter Shikuchi. Or whatever the thing's called. Shuriken. We see the Moonlight Shadow Initiation.
So Gyro's got about 3,000 gold, Helm of the Dominator, and BKB. So the question is he going to finish with his Satanic or going for like a Monkey King bar first?
Oh, and there's the Shackle. Oh, there's the arrow follow-up. He just melts. That's going to be it. We're able to get a hold on the Bounty Hunter. That's a wonderful initiation. However, the counter initiation by the Gyrocopter, that's just massive damage coming out. The mech's going to keep everyone alive. They're all kind of backing up, waiting for it. And there goes the BKB. Shackle does not latch. Timbersaw is going to go down. They triggered Borrow Time. Timbersaw is actually not going to go down.
6 in a row.
Sleep keeps Mirana alive. And that's going to be it, I think. Arrow's able to keep him back. Great job by SW to keep people alive in that fight. The Windrunner is playing ballsy. The Sleep's up on the Abaddon. Massive rocket barrage absorbed by 3 heroes. The arrow's going to hit. Abaddon probably will go down here. Borrow time should be off on cooldown, which it is. Timbersaul's in the air. He's going to have to chain out very quickly. 1 kill for Bounty Hunter, but not a track kill. Still running away. He has mana for Timbersaw, or Timber Chain. He should be able to get out. Arrow is not going to latch. Instead, they're going to turn around and try to go on Miranda. She needs to get out. Oh, is she able to get a kill on Bounty Hunter? Leaps away, and that's great play from SW. Only losing the Clockwork.
Yeah, it was a long, messy fight, but it did work out pretty well.
Sorry.
But it also just kind of illustrates the problems they're going to start running into later. Because if you look at right when they lost 2 heroes to the Shackle Shot initiation, and then Gyro comes in with 2 heroes already down, pops BKB, and he's suddenly a huge problem. They didn't have a way to deal with him.
No, because they had to use they used Bane ult to take down the Bounty Hunter.
Exactly. So Timbersaw, who's again the #1 guy right now, doesn't have any way to affect a BKB check.
Oh no, he's walking right over into such a ward. However, there's no one there to see it. There's no observer ward there. They could take down Gyro if anyone rotates in with him, but they can't. He's just hanging out, seeping experience.
Abaddon, he uses Midas.
Midas gaming.
Shadows take us.
But he doesn't know that it affects. They don't really want to Bane ult this guy because time is back.
They're rotating everyone in. I don't know who they're going to go on here. They're deciding to go top. They're going to go top onto the Gyro. This is a good decision. They need to keep his farm down. The Moonlight Shadow wears off, so this is going to be through a BKB. Fortunately, they have... Is it going to BKB through the Orchid? There's the Bane ult and the Shackle latches. Not perfect, but they're able to kill him. No problem. Meanwhile, on the backside, Timbersaw is just kind of out a little too far by himself.
Oh, that's a real problem. You don't want that to happen if you catch other Gyro just to give the Timbersaw right back.
Yeah, I don't really know what he was doing over there.
You can feel the Gyro's pain there, because normally it's like, oh, BKB, but except there's 2 BKB piercing stuns right there, so
yeah,
not going to work.
No, I mean, this SW team is a great single target initiation team. Clockwork Hook? Not there. They're going to get an arrow, and it's going to not hit anyone. However, the Shackle does latch. They're able to take it down with the sleep. ODO comes in, a lot of damage. Borrow time triggers. That's 1 down. They might be able to get the Bane here. They should get the Bane here. Oh, Timbersaw comes in, and the damage is going to start. Pings come out on him. They're going to take down the Abaddon. They're going to try to keep going on the OD. Oh, great Imprison, but that's just going to give Timbersaw time to get there. That's going to be the end. Shackle on RNGG, Ross, and they're going to get 5 here. Oh no, the Chakra misses. They don't care. They're just going to get the tower here.
He drops the hammer!
And he drops the hammer!
I believe that was requested.
Right. Next time. Man, great fights coming out from SW this game. They're doing a great job of getting the right initiation, picking off heroes fast, and then continuing correctly and staying alive. They're really not losing their supports in a lot of these fights, which is key.
Yeah, they're getting good cogs. Like, the hooks aren't necessarily the big thing. They're getting good cogs, and then Windrunner's hitting her shackles.
Yes. Well, it's funny because like Bane is sometimes in horrible positions, and other times like beautifully positioned in these team fights. He's like the Jekyll and Hyde of positioning as a support.
Oh, huh. Well, he's gonna fix that now. He got a blink dagger. I almost would like to see a start to work on a BKB for him because they don't have any way to deal with it on RNGG. They wouldn't be able to stop him.
Yeah, or a Lothar's or something. You can also Lothar's into your ult, right?
Yeah, you can deal with that, unfortunately.
Well, you could, yeah, but
BKB, there's nothing they can do.
Actually, the Lothars would be bad. Yeah, they have a bounty hunter who has a haste but doesn't want to reveal himself.
Well, he has BKB instead of Slater, so it's not like he can chase down and kill them.
We have the initiation mid. There's only 2 heroes here. The Crystal Maiden ult is going to hit. Everyone's going to get out, though. Moonlight Shadow is going to get them out. Great fast thinking.
Yeah, nice escape from everybody.
The counter initiation, Shackle's going to not latch this time. Oh, but that is going to latch. The sleep is great on the Abaddon to keep him not from... The Bane's going to be able to not get out. Crystal Maiden's going to go down. Gyro's only going to hit a few. Gyro's BKB is now hit. Timbersaul's got to get out of here. Chain up, chain up. He might get away.
Not far enough.
No. However, on the back end, Windrunner's trying to get a few kills here. Mirana is in a little too deep. And that time, the grouped up fight from RNGG was too much. If they get all 5 RNGG in one place ready to fight, those fights are going to be hard to take.
They didn't kill enough of them before Gyro showed up. And then they just can't do anything again.
Net worth still highest for not Clockwork, excuse me, Timbersaw, but Gyro right behind him, and then his OD, followed by Windrunner and Mirana. So actually, the tri-core thing, it's not really a tri-core, but what's turned into a tri-core is doing pretty well for SW. We'll take a look at last hits. It's what you'd expect. Tons of last hits on the Gyro, but he must have died a lot. Gyro has... I'm like blind right now. Sorry, I need to look at this engagement. They're thinking about going on the Crystal Maiden. I think they should get the killer. Actually, they just sleep her and then turn around and go on Abaddon.
Oh no!
Juggle
goes out onto Wind Ranger,
the sleep incorrectly. Oh, that's not bad, honestly. Get a kill.
Somebody's in a pretty sight right now.
They do use the
Phase ends.
Fiend's Grip to kill just to support, but hey, got something out of it.
Fiend's Grip's cooldown isn't that long. That's fine.
It's true.
Although they probably shouldn't look to engage right away because they don't have.
Long arrow misses. Rocket will not miss. Rocket does miss.
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
Oh, that's a nice long arrow on RNGG. And they're going to try to jump it on the Gyro. He's probably only has 4 seconds on his BKB now. 5 seconds, excuse me. They're going to immediately take down the Bane. Bane actually gets out. Sandy's Eclipse able to pick off Timbersaw. But everyone leaps away. There's a rocket coming on Mirana, though.
Radiant's top
She
tower's
needs to TP out. She gets the arrow to slow down the pursuit, but... Rockets are tireless.
Yeah, I don't know if they needed to go in that fight with the Fiend's Grip still on cooldown. Because again, they still don't have a whole lot of ways to deal with Gyro. Once he pops his BKB, all they can really do is fall back.
They see this roach happening, but I don't know if they can actually do anything about it.
Alright, Abaddon picks up Necro 3, just kind of out of the blue.
Windrunner is out far. She's going to go down immediately.
Broken.
A little worried for SW right now. They seem to kind of be throwing themselves at this RNGG team. Mirana wants to go in. She Moonlight Shadow. She's going to try to sneak the Aegis Steel, possibly. Oh, but they have the Necro.
3 minions catch her out.
Good pickup. They're going to actually D-ward with the Necro 3 while they're killing Roshan. Roshan is still up. About quarter health.
This is where RNGG could use the kind of initiation so they could force a fight while Wind Ranger's down, but they don't really have that.
Timbersaw wants to go in here. Oh, long arrow was hits. Oh, the Clockwork Hook does hit. Oh, that's going to be it for Crystal Maiden at least. That's what they needed. Gyro's by himself. Do they have the Banal? That's the question. They do have the Banal. They get Fiend Script on him. Marana Sanders delivers, but it's not going to be enough. They might be able to get him on the backside. No, they're not going to get him. Timbersaw's in a lot of trouble. He chains out, but he's tracked up. He might not be able to get out of here. Clockwork's, meanwhile, is trying to get out. He does not have an Ags yet, so his Shiver Chain, his cooldown is very high. And he goes down. So Timbersaw does get out, but no such luck for Clockwork. They do have track on him. Oh, I spoke too soon. There goes borrowed time. Chain out, chain out. Not enough.
Tibbers got killed, but his shield is.
She has no way to get in there, and she's getting creep blocked by her own creeps.
Throw out a power shot.
Nope.
Guess is wrong. Too bad. The arrow, not far enough.
It would have been if it were really far out. So these fights are starting to go RNGG's way, and it's really because they don't have anything to do with the gyrocopter.
Yeah, they just don't have somebody who's farmed enough to fight enough, and they don't have enough ways to go through BKB. See, if they had the BKB instead of the Blink on Bane, that would be a big help. Although I guess really they wouldn't have that either right now. They would just have like some money. But
Yeah.
Double damage.
they have a lot of ways. If he doesn't have BKB to stop Bane, but if he did have BKB, he could get out the full duration ult.
So they get the D ward. Track up on Bane, so they know what's going on. Arrow's going to go up and not hit anything.
Yeah, they're just scouting Roshan with it.
Whoa, Bane
Bane
is
blinks in.
Bane is going to die.
Radiant
What's gonna happen?
towers taking hits.
Uses Fiend's Grip before he dies. I don't know about that decision. It's going to be down for a while, 80
Last
seconds.
top tower for the Radiant.
Not able to kill Gyro. BKB TP. His BKB is down to 4 seconds now, though, so these fights will be a little better.
Yeah, maybe they managed to feed enough to get his BKB down.
But man, now you get the minus armor coming up from the Bounty Hunter's massive. You got both the
Medallion and the Desolator.
Desolator and the Medallion, yeah.
One thing, I wonder if Gyro... This might be a good opportunity for Gyro to go in for a Rapier.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't really been under a lot of pressure in these fights, and the issue is they just can't kill enough people while he's BKB'd.
He could. I mean, he's saved up 3,000 gold. It could just be an MKB, but they're thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, he could afford the MKB right now, so if he doesn't buy them in the next couple seconds, he's either saving for a buyback or saving for a Rapier.
They're pinging on Roche. And Yellow's out of position. They could take Roche here, and if they do take Roche here, he's going to sell and immediately get their Rapier.
Guess what's happening to Dyer's bottom tower.
What's it going to be? What's it going to be?
Roche won't be stomping around no more thanks to the
Nope,
Dyer.
MKB.
The Dyer best do something about that
Quitter.
bottom tower.
Well, I think a Rapier could have worked there.
It definitely could. I mean, he's not dying, really. Like,
Yeah, and he has
plus,
the Aegis.
if he gets a Rapier, they have to focus only him every fight.
Of course, on the other hand, considering the way the game is going, it's going more and more in their favor. There's no need to try to throw the Rapier. If Mirana picked it up, that would solve all of the Radiant's problems.
Yeah, the Radiant really need a lot more DPS, a lot faster coming out of these team fights. Timbersaul's DPS is kind of falling off. We see the ultimate come out from Gyrocopter. It's going to actually hit Miranda. She leaps into it, but she BKBs out. The sleep on Gyrocopter, that's actually a really good sleep. They could juggle it, but they're not going to. He can blink now. He's able to blink out. Shackle latches on the support, but it's not going to matter. Too much damage. They're going to get the Crystal Maiden, but at what cost?
Two down.
Oh, they're doing the Shackle. That's a good Shackle. But again, just not enough damage. They can't sustain these fights. Sandy's Eclipse is actually going to get Clockwork. And this is looking bad.
6 in a row. 3 down.
That's 4 down for
Dyer's top
SW.
tower's getting beat down.
Yeah, with the Desolator and Bounty Hunters, suddenly they do way more damage during the BKB period of the
Radiant's
fight
mid
than
tower could use a hand.
they when he does.
Well, and the MKB is completed. I mean, the damage coming out of this Gyro is 350. That's a lot. Flacked.
Radiant's mid tower's getting the what for. Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
Yeah, he's a full item up on Mirana.
They're going to go high ground here, and
Fortified their structures.
now the net worth chart
Radiant's mid
has
towers get
swung
banged.
horribly.
Radiant's mid
OD
tower
is now
doing
way
some
ahead.
killing.
Good Shackle again, but the sleep on Bounty Hunter,
Radiant's
but the power
mid
shot
rack
takes it off.
Didn't make it.
Racks are down.
There goes the Radiant's mid-rags.
There's nothing stopping them from just going again. They still have the Aegis on Gyrocopter.
Now they have
the
a
ones
Basher
that,
on Bounty.
I assume he's just going to run in for the Abyssal Blade to use on Mirana.
So if we take a look at the gold graph, it was actually pretty close. It's probably 3,000 difference, and then it just takes a dive towards RNGG. So really, when those fights started to go poorly, and actually the XP was in SW's favor for the longest time, and about the same time those team fights started happening. So a few bad team fights turns a game.
Yeah, the Gyro did a really good job keeping his farm up. He's just so much ahead on last hits than the 3 farming heroes from the Radiant.
Yeah.
And they were waiting for a while, but they couldn't make anything permanent happen.
They're definitely on the back foot now.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now. Radiant's bottom tower.
That's the tier 1 down. There are only 2 heroes here, so if there was ever a time to make something happen, this would be it. Clockwork Hook's going to go in. Latches on the BKB invincible hero. Fiend's Grip is going to come out. They might be able to get him here. They do get him. They are able to get the Gyro. They might be able to get the Crystal Maiden on the back as well, but the Aegis is going to bring him back, and that's going to be 2 dead, make it 3 in a second. Mirana's trying to get out of there. Her leap is up.
6 in a row. 2 down.
That's 3 down. Bounty Hunter is able to get Clockwork on the back end as well. Classics is in trouble here. She hits a nice 4-second arrow, I think. Yeah, 4-second arrow on Outworld Tower, but still not enough. This tier 2 is going to go down pretty quickly. With the massive damage. Oh, man. They're going to go break the high ground here. Still 3 down. They're not going to have time. I don't think they have buyback. No buyback, no buyback, no buyback. So they do have a buyback on Clockwork. No, they don't. Excuse me. Now we see 4 heroes. Abaddon has broken over the net worth of the Timbersaw. This went from really well to not good.
Radiant's bottom rag ain't no longer with the
And now
Radiant's
OD
mid
is picked up by
Radiant's
BKB.
bottom rags didn't make it. Radiant's top tower says shit.
Let's just watch.
About that. That's 4 in a row.
Watch magic happen here.
Is empty.
The slaughter.
Radiant's top tower's taking hits.
That's going to be GG called by SW. Well played by RNGG to stay in the game. They were actually losing, in my opinion, for a while. They were able to farm up their Gyro, just kind of let it happen. Midas picked up on Crystal Maiden at the very end of the game. So that's going to be it.
Yeah, I mean, you could kind of see what was going to happen at that one fight at the tier 2 bot. It was kind of an even fight, but just when the Gyro showed up, they didn't have any answers, and then that just kept getting more and more pronounced the later the game went on. So they needed to either finish earlier or maybe pay more attention to getting Mirana the farm she needed.
Yeah, it was a close game, much closer than the first game in my opinion. SW, interesting strategy they brought to the table. They were able to make it work, honestly. They were doing quite well. Some great plays from all their players. Bane had some good plays. Timbersaw was blowing people up. Clockwork was doing very well. Some great shackles. But in the end, just too much farm from Gyrocopter. Too much damage from that team. Sandy's Eclipse was blowing people up at the end even.
Yeah, and then the other 4 heroes did a good job kind of holding the line in the mid game. While like Timbersaw was a big problem. Like they were losing, but they weren't like getting whomped hard enough to lose the high ground.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for us. That was game number 2 of the 2-game series, week 1 of the RD2L. These games will be up on YouTube, so check the subreddit. And thanks all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed game number 2, where there were actually 2 of us. Hopefully that doesn't happen again.
Well, maybe if you liked game number 1 better, that's fine.
Anyways, this is Have No Pity here with LPNF, and we will see you guys again next time.